Howdy, Possum Patty here. And lately I've been talking about crumbs. Now, what is a crumb? That is like when I'm doing a journaling project and I have an idea for something else to do, I might leave something on the table. So if I have a moment, I can pop in and work on it. No pressure. It's just an idea. So I was working on my Christmas Caravan Journal, and so I was popping in things that I want to do for my December daily. And I left that on the table. And I left a couple of other things here on the table too that I was thinking about doing something with. But unfortunately, I made a huge mistake. Awesome, Patty, what was your mistake? I left my box of friendship rocks on the table. So I came in last night and I sat down and I was going to pick up my December daily and do a couple of days worth of pages in there. And I was like, oh, first let me put these stones that Trudy sent me from Sedona, Arizona. Love their energy. Away in the box. And then I'm going to put the box on the floor and I'll do my journaling and make my video. No. Well, I took the beautiful bag that came in and I placed it in a section and I put in the rocks and I just made a little green tag. I have a pen in here and I grabbed some scraps of cardstock and I just make a little label and I put it in. I'm like, okay, that's good. Well, I looked around on the table and I noticed that the beautiful stone from Puerto Rico was still sitting here. And I said, well, let me get that in the box. So I put that in the box and I went to make a label for that. And I was like, oh, you know what? She also sent me this beautiful little plaque from Puerto Rico with the little frog on the leaf and it says Puerto Rico. And I said, oh, wouldn't that make a precious tag to put in the box? So I took this over to my printer and I copied that. And I made a little tag for the box and I said, it's a friendship rock from Millie Vega. And I still have to write some information about it. But at least the identification tag is there. And I'm sitting here looking at the box going, I really like how that looks. It's just so bright and colorful and really goes with that rock. And then I'm like, what else is in here that I've gotten lately? Oh, so I'm looking in the box and well, there's the beautiful rocks that Liane had sent me from Nebraska. And you know what? I had never put them in my rock identifier. Well, because when she sent them, the rock identifier app that I have on my phone, well, the free trial had expired. And I wasn't going to charge it up right away because I do most of my rock hounding in late fall and through the winter. So I said, well, I put them inside for now. I put them in here. I journaled about them. And I said, well, I'll run them through the identifier, when winter comes. And I just remembered, oh, I charged up my app. And I took out her rocks one by one and I started playing with them and putting them in the rock identifier app and having a really fun time, none of which I recorded. And so I'm like, well, now that I've identified them, I want to write down what they are on the little slip of paper I have on there that says Friendship Rocks from Liane. And I'm like, well, how am I going to remember which ones are which? So I said, I'll do a quick sketch. I've been dying to sketch something lately. I don't know. I was just in the mood to do a sketch, but I hadn't sketched anything in quite a while, I guess. Nature sketching. I haven't done that in a while. So I just grabbed a mechanical pencil from the Dollar Tree and a scrap paper of cardstock that was on the table and started doing a little sketch, right? And it got kind of late after that, yeah. because the little sketch turned in a little bit more complicated of a sketch. And well, I'll show you under the other camera so you can see, yeah, what it turned into. And I was like, ooh, I really like how that came out. So I actually put the tag in my copy machine and I made a copy of the tag so I can put that in my journal. So I'm like, wow, this is fun. This is like journaling in a box. I'm journaling on the little tag. So now I have the frog tag, which is really pretty. I've got my sketch of the rocks from Nebraska. I was like, oh, what looks really plain here? Well, I have these beautiful little pieces of sea glass from Julie Bean. She's in Connecticut. And I said, let me give them a beach. And I glued them on to this piece of, it was a scrap of a beach paper that I was journaling with in my beach book, right? It was just a strip of paper. And I took the beach color and I glued the sea glass down. And then I took a little section of this blue water and I glued it on the tag. I'll show you a close up over here. And I put some little fish stickers and I'm like, oh, I'm loving this. I was just having fun. It was like I said, it was like journaling in the box. So now I feel like I want to make each little tag very personal for the rock or the person or the place where it came from. So yeah, so I'll probably be doing some more work on this because this was just fun. And then the rocks that Liane sent me, I'll be talking about those because those are amazing. The information I found out about those, I mean, that'll fill several videos just by themselves. So I'll be putting those in my Dirt Road Diary. And I'm going to, more information about the Sedona ones too. And then I have all these gorgeous crystals from Jean, and I want to do their metaphysical properties. And yes, so I'm getting into the rock hounding mode here. Lots of play in here. Well, anyway, so I finally closed it up. I finally closed that up. And the only thing I did in this journal, which is my November journal, was add something to my winter nature list. And Heather C. had suggested that one of the things I could be looking for on my little walks are bird nests, because once the leaves fall off the trees, you can see the nests. And then I was thinking, well, last year I went around and counted the squirrel nests, and these are called drays. So I added those on my list there. And I did one more thing, and that is in my Dirt Road Diary here, which I am now adding friendship rocks to. There's my bird clock. I glue like 2 or 3 pages together, and then I put a piece of washi tape because there's no way I'm going to be able to use all these pages without this getting to be like probably that fat. So I'm gluing 2 or 3 together and putting a strip of washi tape and then journaling on them. So here's my page for the Sedona rocks. So now I've got 2 pages here ready to go, and I've got to glue some more. But that's what I did, yeah. So let me bring you over here to the other camera, and I want to show you close up my sketching. And I do have journaling sitting on the table that has to be done, but let's see. Come on along. So this is the copy of the sketches, and it started out with just pencil sketching very lightly. But when I finished, I did come back and add a little bit with a black pen and 2 colors. The colors didn't come out very true. This should be a little browner. But this, I added a little red to the first one. Now the first one turns out to be jasper. And see, it's got these red marks on there. So after I did it with a pencil, I added a little bit of red colored pencil. And then this one is a piece of granite, but it's a wishing stone. It has a black line all the way around it. And I sketched it from this side. And then the next one was also jasper, but this was more like a yellowish tan color jasper on there. And so I had added a little bit of color there. And this one's amazing. The rock identifier could not figure out what this was. I turned it every which way, and no matter how I turned it, it came up with a different identification. But amazingly, the very first thing it called it was a fairy stone. And I just caught my breath. A fairy stone. Perfect. I couldn't believe it. It was like the very first thing that came up was, that's a fairy stone. I have no idea what a fairy stone is. But anyway, I did notice, and I got out my little lens here. I've got a little lens to look at things closely when I'm out in nature, because it called it a conglomerate, and a conglomerate means it has little pebbles inside. And I did notice that there's at least 3, maybe more, 3 big ones here, red pebbles. There's one there, one there, one there, 3 red pebbles. But now I'm looking at it, there's a little bit of a spot there. I'm not sure, but I can clearly see 3 red pebbles right there. So I'm like, this is a fairy stone with a magical number 3 red pebbles. Maybe more, but 3 sticking out. 3 sticking out. So I was like, ooh, this is very magical. And the last one I was calling my moon rock because it had a crescent shape, and it's very heavy and very dark. And I put it in the identifier, and it said it was basalt, which means, you know, it came from like volcanic activity. And this is another stone that amazed me, because I called it my moon rock, and then I identified it as basalt. And then I learned that there is a lot of basalt on the moon. I was like, wow, there's a lot of basalt on the moon, and this is basalt, and it is in the shape of a crescent moon. I said, well, these stones are all amazing. A wishing stone with a black ring, yellow jasper, red jasper, a fairy stone, which is so magical the identifier can't identify it, and my moonstone. But I'll do some journaling pages about those for sure. And this will go in that journal too. Well, there is one more thing. I was thinking of taking a piece of the scrap cardstock and putting it here and labeling it Friendship Rocks, because I have actually a stack of these organizers over there in the corner. And so when I'm shuffling real quick to grab a box, I'll know which one this is. Then I remembered something I saw in the closet the other day. So I've got to go into the closet. Stand by. Well, the other day I came across a picture of a caveman that I had sketched, probably for a rock cycle workshop. And I looked through the closet, I couldn't find it. But I always have some rock hounding / geology humor somewhere. So I picked this one out, and he's saying, I think you are nice. Gneis is a type of rock. It's a banded rock, and there's lots of gneiss in this area. Isn't this gorgeous? And then the rock opens its eyes and says, "Thank you. Oh, I think you're nice. Thank you." So I just put friendship rocks. And all I'm going to do is get it right side up, tape it to the cover for now. This might change if I can find my my little caveman, or I'll put him on another organizer. Doesn't matter. And now, love it. And now I'll put this away and get out a journal. Okay, I'm going to do a little something in a journal. This is my December, of course it's not daily, journal. I did one. All right, so I know what I was going to do though. So for number 2, I was going to put the song that we're playing at keyboard lesson, and that is Happy Christmas by John Lennon. Okay, I was just cutting these out because somehow they're going to go on the page. And I thought maybe some music for a background. So when I was mentioning the Happy Christmas song and that we were learning this in keyboard, somebody put in the comments below that video that, you know, I can't be talking about learning how to play the piano or the keyboard and not play for everybody. I think I've only played maybe once or twice in videos, and it's really hard, especially with modern songs, because, you know, of all the copyrights and everything. This is from an old music book. So let me rip this up a little bit. Ooh, this is very brittle. I hope it's okay. I could Mod Podge it, I guess, to protect it. It's probably 100 years old. Probably 100 years old. Okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to put this down with matte medium, which means that'll take a while to dry, so I'll move on to the other page. And when that's dry, I'm going to make a little pocket with this, and then I'll make a journaling card about this song. And I almost want to take off this bottom piece here. Something like that. Something like that. So this is my matte medium. It is Liquitex, and I'm just going to schmooze some on. And this will act like a glue underneath, and like a little bit of protection on the top. And then I'm going to have to let this dry. I use a nice soft brush. So I'm going to let this side dry. Hope it doesn't bubble up too much. I thought I put enough on there to hold it down. And it's got to be very dry before I put the pocket on, because I don't want the pocket to stick to that. If you're journaling, usually the matte works better than like a glossy or Mod Podge, because with that the pages tend to stick together. But if they stick together, you can usually just put some powder or something on there, and it usually works pretty good. Just going to put the card from Trudy. She sent the rocks. I put the rocks in the Dirt Road Diary, but I was going to put her card in here. And her envelope with the camper. I thought maybe I can put that on the page. So let me cut this out. So I may try to record the piano again. I have to be careful what song I pick. And I've got to show a bit of me playing. I think one time I didn't show me actually playing. I just had my, I just had the music in the background. Yeah, all the copyrights and everything. It's a bit of a hassle. I don't know how people put on cover songs. Alright, how do I want to do this? It's a pretty thick card. I might back this on something and then just make a little tuck here. Okay, I cut that out and oh, where's that paper? Remember I had that piece of paper with the pretty woodsy background that I thought I might use for something else. But I didn't use it. And let me find it. No, I didn't find the paper. Boy, everything is just disappearing. This is really strange because I couldn't find my glue stick. I couldn't find my caveman. And now I can't find that piece of paper with the really woodsy background on it. But look what I did find. This is really cool. Dear Lodge. Merry everything. Oh, Christmas Tree Farm. That would go cool on this page. I'm thinking now that if I back this with something, you're not going to get to see all those trees. And maybe somehow I can glue this down. And I know that's small for that card, but it might hold it. It might hold it. All right, I'm going to glue it down. See if this works. Okay, we're going to try this side over here. Okay, we'll give that some time. I love this snowman. How would he look on the page? Let's see. What do you think? He fits in, right? Sure. Let's stick him down. Of course, now I'm covering up the trees again. Oh, you could still see that there's trees behind him. I'm going to put something up here. Oh, it's Christmas Tree Farm. That might be cool. Let's see, we got a little snowflake. Oh, put a heart. Because this was Happy Mail, so she gets a heart. There. I know that's probably not dry all the way, but we'll just sit it there for now. Oh, you know what? It's upside down, isn't it? Okay. And it says Merry and Bright, and that says Merry and Bright. And we'll put that in the caravan. And they're at the Christmas Tree Farm, and they're being welcomed by Mr. Snowman. And now we'll go back to this page, which is sort of dry. I won't close the book, but I might glue that down. So I'm going to glue this down like a tuck also. I never took any lessons, music lessons when I was a kid. And so in my retirement years, I decided I would give it a go. And let me tell you, it is so much easier to learn something when you are 7 than to try to learn it when you're going on 70. But we have fun. It's a bunch of senior citizens. It's a group lesson. You can go for a private session as well. I think I'm going to marry this all together by putting the word cozy, because they're all snuggy in bed, down here in the corner. And let's see, something else for this page. Oh, I could have put special delivery on that one, but because of all the trees in the background, I wanted to do Tree Farm. I could use that for somebody else's mail. And you know what? I'll make the journaling card. And then we'll see what comes next. Let's see what's in Mistletoe Lodge. Oh, we got green plaid here. Got snowshoes. This might look good, right? Didn't want anything too bright. Oh, this one says cozy. Have a cozy Christmas. And I already put the word cozy on there. I might go with this. This is not very thick, so I can make it double-sided. And I've got the plaid with the red and green. And I got the cozy. And put them on one side. And I'll put some of the words on the other side. And I'll probably journal right on there. So this is what I do sometimes. Instead of measuring the second piece and then gluing them together, I measure the first piece and glue it down. And then, I'm a disaster tonight. Wow, knocking everything over. And then I cut it, and now it is perfect. It is possum perfect. Can't go wrong. Alright, so I'm going to put this on here like that. And I'm going to journal right there. And then I'm going to put John and Yoko on the back. Love it, love it. All right, where are they? Where did they go? Where did they go? There they are. Oh, I didn't trim this very well, did I? I wonder if I should double layer this. Let's see how it fits. Yeah, that definitely needs another layer. Let me find something. Or I could put, since these are out, this was something I got at the flea market. This line of trees there. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. I rounded the corners when you weren't looking. All right, so we're going to put him and her. I'm not measuring, I'm eyeballing. Somewhere around there. And a bit of this across the bottom. Let's put a tiny bit of glue on that. Because I got it at the flea market and it could be, 20 years old or something. Don't know. Pine branch with pine cone. Just stick that on there. Yes, yes, that brings it all together. Okay, Christmas 2023, Keys to Fun Song, Happy Xmas, Happy Christmas. War is over. Put that, or I could put this where it says cozy. Have a cozy Christmas. We're having a little bed piece here. Hair piece, bed piece. Not funny. Oh, we're missing one thing. We're missing one thing. Okay, so here's my numbers. Did I have numbers in here? 2. Oh, yes, 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 yes. It's plaid. Number 2 is plaid. Perfect. Look at that. Goes with all my plaid here. Where am I going to put number 2? Let's put number 2 right up here. So for the 2nd of December, I have my keyboard lesson song, John Lennon and Yoko. And I got happy mail from Trudy, special red rocks from Sedona, Arizona. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, 2 more pages to go. Well, thanks for coming along today, and I just want to wish everybody happy December journaling. Bye-bye.